Today's program is brought to you by pennystockprofessor.com. For all the best OTCBB stock picks, sign up at pennystockprofessor.com.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano. For today's international business news, the resurgence of the economy and the move to greener transport methods has thrown the east of England into the heart of new innovative rail freight contracts that could help not only boost the economy, but also the environment. First, GBRF, one of the UK's leading specialist rail freight companies, has struck a new 12-month rolling contract with independent freight forwarder Allport to handle the carriage of containers from the port of Felixstowe to Birmingham Intermodal Freight Terminal in North Warwickshire and to Doncaster Europort Freight Terminal. The modified service operates daily from Felixstowe with commitment to move the equivalent of 300 lorry journeys a week, including high cube allocations on both services. It marks the first time GBRF, which has a third of its UK-wide hubs located in the east of England and has carried goods to the BIFT Inland Terminal. The deal follows hot on the heels of a new multi-year contract with Lafarge, which will see aggregates transported to Northamptonshire by rail for the first time. Under the terms of the new deal, GBRF will carry the coarse particulate material from the plant in Leicestershire to Wellingborough, where planning permission has been granted for a new rail facility to be built. The new contract represents GBRF's largest direct aggregate contract to date, and its length will secure the freight hauler's future in the aggregate market for the long term. And now for today's international news. When Waris Dury was modeling in the 90s, photographers would sometimes notice the dark scars and scratches on her long, elegant feet. They look like someone took a lash to her or a vicious bird branch. In fact, these scars are potent reminders of who she is and where she comes from. Dury is a former supermodel turned activist whose mission is stopping female genital mutilation. This year, her story will be told in the film Desert Flower. Desert Flower recounts the story of Dury's healed wounds, a result of her harrowing journey through the desert brush as she ran away from her camel-herding Somali family. Such a practice has been inflicted on up to 140 million women and girls worldwide. Though female circumcision is often thought of a foreign issue, according to experts at Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital, an estimated 228,000 women in the U.S. have undergone the procedure or are at risk. Dury had made her way in what is no less than a real-life Cinderella story. She was discovered by the late fashion photographer Terrence Donovan while she was working in a hamburger joint. He ended up shooting her for the cover of the 1987 Pirelli calendar. By the 1990s, she was living the high life, modeling for Chanel, Levi's, and Revlon. Wary of being labeled the nomad gypsy model, Dury quit modeling and broke her silence about FGM in 1997. She knew her high profile would help get her message out. Since 2002, the nonprofit Waris Dury Foundation has assisted more than 40,000 people all over the world who have been affected or threatened by FGM. This year, Dury plans to show Desert Flower free of charge in Africa and to educate lawyers in Kenya on how to help women affected by FGM, domestic violence, or forced marriage. She is also, along with Salma Hayek, Stella McCartney, Gucci's Frida Giannini, and others, on board of the PPR Foundation for Women's Dignity and Rights, which campaigns for women's causes worldwide. In today's travel, when you're with the right person, even a fast food picnic on a city rooftop can be the perfect Valentine's Day getaway. Still, lovers don't have to resort to a romantic rendezvous on Tar Beach, and they definitely don't have to blow a small fortune on a vacation to some faraway coast. Here are some great affordable places where you can go for that perfect Valentine's Day. For the Epicurean duo, a great place to go is located in the Finger Lakes region, New York. The hills of Finger Lakes wine country make a perfect winter getaway. Through April 30th, lovers can book 2 nights and get 1 free at several inns and hotels as part of the Winter Wine Weekend package. For eternal lovers, there is the Apple Valley Inn located in Glenwood, New Jersey. This quaint B&B, just an apple's throw from the New York border, has year-long weekend romance packages that include a 2-night stay, in-room massages for 2, champagne, and a box of gourmet chocolates made at the inn's candy apple shop. For the beachcombers, Long Island's North Fork is the perfect place. Through rain, shine, or snow, the east end of Long Island is totally gorgeous and totally romantic any time of year, not just during peak bikini season. Lovers can enjoy a quiet weekend snuggling up at a B&B, like the Harborfront Inn in Greensport, venturing outside only for shopping, dining, a winery tour, or a long stroll on the beach. The Harborfront's package from Friday, February 12th through Sunday, February 14th includes a choice of 2 nights, breakfast, and a bottle of North Fork wine are included. The uber romantics would like the Mohonk Mountain House in New Paltz, New York. This resort with breathtaking views of Lake Mohonk is offering a package with a bounty of romantic perks. such as chocolate-covered strawberries on arrival, afternoon tea and cookies, and a 4-course candlelit dinner. Outdoors, enjoy such activities as ice skating, hiking, and skiing, or book a room at the 19th century Hudson House, a national landmark with dramatic views of the river, then have a romantic dinner at the River Room or Tavern Room, just steps from your door. And last, for the artist, Escape Woodstock, located in New York, would be unforgettable. At Woodstock, you can forget your cell phone because couples can relate in old-fashioned ways. This small town is rich in artsy bed and breakfasts like the Wild Rose Inn, which is a Victorian home, long haven for artists and musicians. Woodstock's is where couples can browse quaint shops, take in a film at the Tinker Street Cinema, or check out the Bearsville Theater, which hosts everything from karaoke to concerts. In fashion news, the night before his haute couture show this week, Karl Lagerfeld could be found in his studio at Chanel putting the final accessories on the models. It was Mr. Lagerfeld's 54th couture collection for the house, a milestone noted by a man who doesn't easily observe anniversaries or birthdays. He mentioned the fact only because that's the number of collection it apparently took him to figure out how to make a dress that doesn't appear to have seams. Haute couture is a little like a fragile ecosystem under siege by modern tastes and habits and by couturiers who are stuck in the past. John Galliano's collection for Dior shown today was luscious in color. Most women don't pay attention to haute couture, and it's because made-to-measure clothes have always been extremely costly, and it's because the houses don't give people a reason to care and at least follow along. If the Chanel clothes look lighter and more mysterious than other collections this season, or if they possess a special quality that you can't identify, it may be because Mr. Lagerfeld is so fluid with the techniques that he's in control of the outcome. And yet he is not a slave to technique with very rigid dresses. Mr. Armani's Privé collection used the moon as its metaphor for the future in light beams. The predominantly neutral palette glistened with metallic reflections. Indeed, the great thing about this show was Mr. Armani's singular focus on a sharp silhouette, especially super thin pantsuits in novel fabrics. Jean-Paul Gaultier didn't try to avoid the cliches of old Mexico today. He ran straight into them with denim blazing with silver embroidery, serrape dresses, gaucho pants with side vents of creamy silk. Things stayed witty to the end with basket weave dresses, the stars of the show. Can fast food help you lose weight? Christine Daughtry, a 27-year-old business consultant in Pensacola, Florida, thinks so. She said, "I don't like to cook and I wanted to be realistic without changing my lifestyle too much." She began replacing her usual fast food lunch or dinner with meals from the Fresco menu at Taco Bell, which consists of 7 items, each with less than 9 grams of fat compared with the 30 grams of fat in the stuffed beef burrito on the regular menu. Ms. Daughtry said that she ate there 5 to 8 times a week, exercised more, and over 2 years lost 54 pounds. By December 2009, she was the spokeswoman for Taco Bell's new drive-thru diet advertising campaign for the Fresco menu, which features Ms. Daughtry's story in TV and print advertisements and online. The company recently began offering the menu in its drive-thru kiosks and not just inside the restaurants. Taco Bell isn't the only fast food business to have jumped on the reduced calorie bandwagon, but it is one of the few to promote their low-fat offerings so widely. Over the last few years, several chains have introduced lighter menu items with less fat. Dunkin' Donuts sells egg white sandwiches, Quiznos offers a 500-calorie and under menu, Starbucks has panini sandwiches with 400 calories or less, and in 2004, McDonald's briefly offered Go Active Happy Meals for adults, but these days sells items like grilled chicken sandwiches without promoting their low-fat attributes. Dr. Stephen Sinatra, a cardiologist in Manchester, Connecticut, and the author of The Fast Food Diet, "With fast food, you get the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like weaving your way through the minefield." He noted that a bean burrito provided fiber, protein, and amino acids. However, if you get the Fresco Burrito Supreme Chicken, it's got an enormous amount of sodium, 1,410 milligrams. Kristen Domingo, the lead author of the study and an assistant professor of medicine at the University of California, San Francisco, said low-fat items offered at fast food restaurants were often salty because sodium makes things taste good. A Taco Bell spokesman said his company was hoping to reduce the sodium in its main ingredients without sacrificing taste.
Thank you for tuning in to another TBC Daily News Update. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.